Shelly, thank you so much. Amazing. It's dangerous being a YouTuber. It's hard work, guys. It's dangerous out. It's a dangerous world out here. I'm gonna hurt myself. All right, let's see if I can actually play the song. Blues been raining down on me like rain upon a summer day. No good reason to be living, been searching high and low. Mike's music method. Come on in, everybody. You know why we're here. We're here to learn some Townes Van Zandt. Exactly how he does it. This song was sponsored. If you go to mikesmusicmethod.com, go to the Sponsor a Song tab, and Sky Blue was sponsored by Arthur Rupert I. What a name. Arthur, thank you for sponsoring the song. Not my favorite Townes song. I do love Townes. This is a weird one. He's using like a chord he never uses. It's like a strange color for Townes, but really cool finger picking. You guys are going to like it. He takes his C shape. He slides it up. Don't make fun of my hairdo, okay? I'll put the hat on. Don't mock me. Now I'm beanie guy. But it's a great song. You guys are going to love it. It's not super complicated. Obviously, if you're a beginner Travis picker, check out the whole playlist. Start from the beginning. They're kind of marked in order. But then this one isn't too complicated. I know you can do it. It's a lot of fun. It's hard for me to sing this one because I'm not depressed. I really love my life, and this song's super depressing. So if my intro wasn't convincing, don't judge me, okay? I'd rather be happy, a happy person, loving my Lord and my children. And, I know it's cool to play a song really well and heartfelt, but I'd rather not be depressed. If you want to be that guy, go ahead and do it and share your beautiful song with the internet. But I couldn't, I know I wasn't convincing. I apologize. But you're going to like this song. I don't want this yellow hat on. It's too yellow. Mike's Music Method. If you're new here, I'm going to walk you through the whole song. I'm your teacher for the next, I don't know how long this video is yet, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 20 minutes. But I'm going to walk you through it measure by measure. We're going to do the whole thing. The tabs are free to download at mikesmusicmethod.com. I put on my nice headphones and I labor over these tabs trying to get it exactly how Townes does it. And I feel like I do a pretty good job of doing that. Maybe the best job on the internet. Maybe. For Townes and Hurt and Blaze and Prine. I'm going to make that claim. Maybe the best guy on the internet. But anyways, I'm excited because I love this stuff. And I want to keep it alive. And I want to share the knowledge with you. I promise I'll stop ranting soon. But I do need to mention the timestamps. Because if these, if I'm long-winded. Or if you're a good player, you're going to want to jump ahead. The timestamps down below are your best friend. If I'm going too quick, jump to the end. I do very slow run-throughs of each song. So maybe once you get half the verse, you'll jump to that timestamp and you can practice, go at your own tempo, really get it. And then when you feel good about the intro or whatever, then you can go back to the other measure where you start learning the verse, etc. So you're going to want to jump around and be interactive with the video. And that's it. I haven't even had coffee. I mean, yes, I did, but it was hours ago. But I'm feeling good, and I'm excited to bring you guys some Townes Van Zandt. I think my new lights make me excited. They're so bright that I'm like, boo, it's late at night, but I'm feeling the electricity. Sky Blue by Townes Van Zandt. No further ado. Measure one. This is a fun one, guys. Let's do it. We've got our typical C chord. This is the only song where Townes does this. You hear it more in like emo songwriting, to be honest, where he takes that C shape and moves it up. I take it back. Paul Simon does do it in the beginning of Kathy's song. But it's a really dreamy kind of shape that Townes usually doesn't venture into. So we got that C shape moved up 2 frets, and here's the first measure. So it's that C shape, but he also has the pinky down on the 5th fret. Right, so C shape, move it up 2 frets, then our pinky's going down on that high E string 5th fret. So it sounds like that from the 5th down. The thumb's going from 5 to 3. And we got 5 alone. Then I'm going to pinch 3 and 1. And I use my middle finger to get that top string. Go back to 5. Then a quick first string. Then the thumb. So we got thumb, pinch, thumb, and thumb, and that's the 2nd string there, which is sounding the 3rd fret. So the ending, 2nd half of the measure, the strings are 5, 1, 3, 2, 5, measure. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and got it. Measure 2 begins the same way that 1 ended. Right, exact same thing. 5, 1, 3, 2. Now, you'll notice in the tab it's a little confusing. My tab software doesn't really let me do this easily, so I made a little note above it. I'm sounding that second string there, and that's important that that's ringing out. Boom. So make sure your hands are bent, you got the correct posture, so you're not muddling any of these open strings in there, right? Posture is important. My guitar is elevated a bit. So I've got that beginning part. The second half of the measure then is 5, 1. You'll notice in the tab, I'm not actually going to sound that third fret again. I'm playing that just the open there, okay? But the reason I have the 3 there is because we're going to slide, and that's still ringing out, and it slides down from the 1. So I'll do the whole measure here. And then I hit the 1 again. So I wanted you to know that the slide, we're not really hitting any of the notes in the slide. We're hitting just that third string open, but his whole hand is moving. And you're going to hear like it's sliding, but he's not really re-hitting any of them. It's just because they were ringing out previously that you hear the slide. So we'll get it. Slide the whole hand. And then I'm immediately hitting my pointer finger on the second string after the slide. 1 and 2 and. So it's a very quick slide there. 1 and 2 and. So again, the whole measure, don't get confused. I know it's a little weird at first, and you really might just have to practice doing that second half of the measure. Getting that slide in there. So 1 and 2 and. There's the timing. And the strings are 5, 1, 3, 2. 5, 1, 3, 2. A little awkward, but that's what he's doing. So let's do the whole measure there. 3, 4, we'll do it twice. A little slower. 2, 3, 4. Measure 3. Now we just have a simple C chord. He slid down there. We're hanging out here. A little more straightforward. We're pinching 5 and 1, but my pinky is down on the 3rd fret of that 1st string. Then it's the 3rd string alone, so pinch 5, 1, 3rd alone, and then I lift the pinky and do the 1st string. And the second half of the measure is just 5, 2, 3. Thumb, pointer, thumb. And if we put them together, 3, 4. Let's do measure 4, and then we'll put the first 4 together so you get the context right away. It's very similar. Nice little Towns movement as usual. We're doing 5, 1, and the pinky is up here. It's not pressed down. So 5, 1, 3, and then I play the 2nd string, but I need my pinky down on the 3rd fret. So it's 5, and you're going to want to hold the pinky up because we're coming from that previous chord, and then we're doing 5, 1, 3, 2, and I'm putting the pinky down last minute there to let the previous note ring as long as possible. It's very important to make your playing, you know, be like par to like really professional sounding. The second half of the measure is 5 back to 2, but I lift my pinky at the last possible moment, so it sounds the 1st fret on that B string, and then the thumb is alone on the 3rd string. So that whole measure, 4, 3, 4. You guys got it. All right, measures 1 through 4, put it in context. We'll do it nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. We'll do one more time, even slower. Whew. If you're feeling like, oh man, I bit off more than I can chew, I don't know where your skill level is, but if you're that person right now, do not worry. That's like the hardest part of the song. Sure, there's some other color and stuff going on, but it doesn't get more complicated than that. I know the song is many more measures, but that's kind of the trickiest part for sure, doing that slide. So from here on out, it's a little bit easier, significantly easier. Still some stepping things, but let's just do it. Let's do it. Boom. You already know 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's just jump to 8. Remember, all the tabs are free to download. Mike'sMusicMethod.com, wherever I'm going to edit it in. And it's free. It's freaking free. Unbelievable. What a guy. I put so much time into these videos. Remember, that's why you donate and give back to keep this stuff going and giving everyone a great education. So if you go to measure 8, we're just adding that little note at the end. We're adding one more index finger hit at the end of the measure. That's all that makes it different than measure 4. Just adding that extra and beat by adding that second string with the pointer finger. That is it. Let's go to measure 9. He goes to an F chord. I have a video, our bar chord's overrated, that damned F chord. I do the thumb over the top. You don't have to. You can do the Leonard Cohen style chord. Check out that video if you struggle with the F chord. All right, so I'm doing it this way. And the strings there are 6, 1 with thumb middle. Then I do 4, 3 with thumb pointer. 6, 1, 4, 3. Second half of the measure is 6, 2. And I shift my middle finger there, thumb middle on the second string, and then I do thumb pointer, which was 4, 3. Some people want the letter names, but then it's like low E, high E, D, G, low E, B, D, G. I don't know if the numbers are easier. It's confusing either way, I know. But then let's go to measure 10. Here it's that F chord, but typical Townes move. He's always giving it that, making the F chord, adding the 6 there. So he puts his pinky down in the 3rd fret. So we hit the 6 first, then we do then we do the second string, but our pinky is down on the 3rd fret. Then we do the 4th string with our thumb, lift the pinky, 2nd string again. You can do pointer or middle here, it doesn't really matter. Then the second half of the measure is 6, 3. Then we lift the chord here because he's transitioning. He hits open on the 4th. And then open on the 3rd. Sounds weird when you do it slow, but I promise that's what he's doing. Townes does this all the time where he's giving himself time to change chords, and you're anticipating some of the notes in the next chord. Makes it a little more colorful and unexpected. So 9 and 10 together. 3, 4. Oh, I missed the next chord here. But we go into a G chord on 9, 10, 11. And here we get the cool little triplet thing. 1, 2, triplet, 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 triplet. So when I'm lost rhythmically, I just kind of like triplet, triplet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, triplet, 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 triplet. So there it is. So it's a simple G chord. We just need that 3rd fret. Actually, sorry, we also need the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. And it's 6, 4 with our thumb, then it's 6, 3, 2, and it's thumb pointer middle. And that's our triplet. So you do the triplet, 6, 3, 2, thumb pointer middle, and the thumb hits the 4th. If this is a new kind of roll or technique idea, spend a lot of time on it. I should really just make a video on prepping. I talk about finger preps in a lot of videos, but I haven't done just a single video on that. There might be one where it's called Practicing Together or something, but remind me in the comments below if you guys would like just me to do a serious kind of video on technique. It might be boring, but it makes you a way better player, right? It's not learning a song. So if you guys would like to see something like that from me, comment down below, and I dance for you. I'm your little, clown. So, throw me the shekels and I'll do the dance moves and make whatever video you want. But anyway, that's 10. 3, 4, or 11. Whatever we're on. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Donation pitch. This song was sponsored by Arthur Rupert I. What a name, Arthur. Thank you for sponsoring the song. But the way this works at Mike's Music Method is that I do not have anything behind a paywall. at least, in terms of these tabs and the videos, they are all free to download. I honestly believe, I just want to pay this stuff forward. I want people out there who don't have access to private lessons to be able to watch these videos and actually learn instead of endlessly going from different tutorial and trying to... It's easy to get lost on the internet as a guitar player. And with this stuff, I'm really trying to make you a great finger picker, step by step, giving you all this stuff. And I just want to keep these songs alive. Townes, John Hurt, Prine, early Dylan, Paul Simon. I want really accurate tabs of this stuff that people can get. And Ultimate Guitar is just not providing that. And even if it was, it's super hard to know what fingers to use to pick this stuff. So the Mike's Music Method philosophy here is to keep all this stuff free. So anyone hard on times or who doesn't have the means right now to prioritize music in their life can still get access. But the only way that works is if those people who can give back. And that might mean, every time you learn a song, you're throwing me $40. Or maybe you're giving $50 a month, or maybe it's $10 a month. I don't know what value this is in your life, and that's what's cool about the value for value model. You get to decide how much is it worth that Mike's giving you all this awesome content. Remember, it takes me a lot of time, talent, and treasure, so I'm just asking that you give some time back or some talent or some treasure back to Mike's Music Method. And even if you're hard on times, a nice encouraging email is awesome. Or if you can record yourself on YouTube and put a mention in there. I love to watch you guys play songs that you learned from this channel. That's super encouraging and great. So that's it. It's the value for value model, guys. I put a lot of time in. Please consider that. Give some value back. You're not only helping me keep the lights on and make more videos, but by you donating, it means that this will remain free for hundreds, thousands of people out there. This channel almost has 1 million views. And if you guys continue to support, one day this will be 100 million views, and generations of people will learn these awesome songs because you were throwing me a little bit of coin every month. It's an awesome win-win. Please consider. I'll shut up. Let's keep going with the song. The Lord your God is with you. He is mighty to save. He will take great delight in you, quiet you with his love. Shelly, thank you so much. Amazing, amazing little letter and donation. I really appreciate it. Measure 12, we came out of that G chord. He just turns it into a G7 here, and he does the triplet again right at the beginning. So now we have a G7, but we just need the 3 here and the 1 down here. We don't need our pinky anymore. And the pattern is, well, let me play it first. Cool little measure with that triplet. I love how he does it in Delta Mama Blues. That's my favorite moment. But we have the G7 right off the top. We're doing 6, then the second string with my pointer in the middle finger on the top string. So the strings are 6, 2, 1, triplet, triplet. Then you're adding the thumb on the 4th string. Triplet, triplet, triplet. But then to keep going, we do that. And then the next one's open on the 1st string. So thumb and then open. I use my middle finger there. Triplet. And then the second half of the measure. I missed it. There we go. 6 with the thumb. Pointer finger hits the 2nd string, but the 3rd fret is down. Then thumb goes all the way to the 3rd string here. Again, if you just play the 4th, that's fine. Then we move to the 1st fret. So it's 3rd fret, 1st, and the strings are E, B, G, B. So the whole measure, 3, 4, triplet, triplet. Cool, you can do it. Go slow. You might have to go slow for weeks, and that's okay, because that triplet pattern, once you do get it, even if it takes you a month, guess what? It's with you your whole life, like riding a bicycle. Unbelievable. All right, remember, timestamps down below are your best friends. If you want to go over just the intro part so far, jump ahead to the timestamps. I know everyone works at a different pace, so I don't want to bore people by doing too much review. So timestamps. If I'm going too fast, go to the timestamps, practice some of the slow run-throughs, loop that for a while. If I'm going too slow, jump ahead to the next section. Simple as that. We're on measure 13. We're almost done with the intro here. Just 4 more bars. And don't worry, the verse is pretty much the same as the intro. Just a little different stuff. So we come out of that G7 chord back to a C chord, 5-1. Right, that's our theory talk for the day. And it's just C chord normal, and the strings are 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. So we got that 3-note thumb pattern. A, G, D, G, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2. Then he goes to an F chord, but this is interesting because even though he goes to the F chord, he's starting by hitting the higher string here in measure 14. So he's hitting 4 and 1, then the thumb's alone on 3, then he goes back to 1, but he lifts the pinky. And I have poor form, I'm not sounding it well. There we go. So pinching 4 and 1 with the pinky down on the 3rd fret. 3rd string alone with the thumb, lift the pinky, first string. Then he hits the low one. We have a pinch on 6 and 2. Or no, we don't. Sorry, it's not a pinch. It's 6, 2. So then it's 6, 2. And then here, what we talked about before, he lifts the chord and does 4, 3, open and open. So from the top, 3, 4. And even though it's high F, I need to break this habit. I should start it as a big old F chord because he does hit that low one right after. Measure 13, 14, 15, right into the G chord again with our pinky down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, 3rd fret of the B string. So it's 6 alone, then we're pinching 4 and 2, then 6 alone, and here we have another roll, and it's just going to be 4, 2, 3 triplet. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Love that. The Cohen, I think I talk about it in one of 2 songs or maybe both. I'll look and link to the correct one. But Leonard Cohen uses that pattern and does like a whole song with it. The Partisan and the Stranger. And it's just that like triplet pattern. And it's really awesome and worth taking the time. So that will be our prep video. If you want to get better at that, I talk about the technique a little bit in that video. 16, then we're done with the intro. So let's play through 16 here. It's still the G chord. The pinky's still down on the 3rd fret here. And again, this whole song for all these G chords, I never need to put down my middle finger on the A string because we're always picking over it. So don't waste your energy and strength. Here we have 6, 2, 4, 3. I need to move my light. I'm trying not to have my light blind you guys. There we go. Right better. 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Then the second half of the measure is 6, 1, 3, 2. So the whole measure is pretty easy. 3, 4. And I'm doing thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, and then I shift these from the 2nd and 3rd string to the 1st and 2nd. So then it's 6, 1, 3, 2. And again, watch the thumb pattern because it is 6, 4, 6, 3. Six, 2, 4, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. If I didn't explain it the first time, that thumb's trickier than I thought. Cool. Let's do what we just did. We'll take 13 to the end of the intro here. 3, 4. And if you want to do the whole intro, boom, slow run-throughs are time-stamped. Practice that a bunch until you feel good about it before moving on to the verse. Boom, let's do the verse. Town starts singing it, but guess what? It is identical to the intro. So if we're at 17, it's the same as the beginning. So sorry, 3, 4. I'm going to play kind of quick, see if you can keep up. And here, if you notice in my tab, I'm stopping because in 22, Towns makes a little flub. He only does it on the first verse, I think, which is why I think it's a flub. But instead of doing 5, 3, 5, 3, he accidentally hits 4 here. And it sounds fine because it's still in the chord, but clearly he doesn't do it any other time, so I think he flubbed it, which is just kind of cool. I love those little hidden artifacts. So we go, sorry, my eyes are like watering. I got something stuck in my throat. So we got all that. And then we go to 25. It changes a little bit, but not really. We've got an F chord. We're going to jam right through it. It's 6, 4, 6, 2, 4, 3. Measure 26 is 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2. And then it's 4, 3 again, but we lift the chord. Right, that same anticipation as before. From 25, 6, 4, 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Then measure 27 takes us to a G chord with our pinky down on the second fret on the B, or third fret on the B string. 6, 4, 6, 2, 4, 3. Nothing new. Then next measure, 28, 3, 4 is 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2. But I have to, he's anticipating the C here. So let's talk about this measure. Got a normal G of 6, 2, 4, 3. Then the second half of the measure is 6, 1, 3 with our thumb. 6, 1, 3. And then he moves to the first fret. And it sounds a little awkward, but only for a moment because the next chord is that C chord in 29. So it's an anticipation. And then measure 29 is a C chord. It's 5, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2. So it's thumb on 5, thumb on 3, thumb on 4, middle on the first string, thumb on the third, pointer on the second. Then measure 30, back to an F chord. Too much new. It is just 6, 4, and then 6, 2 with the middle finger. 6, 2. Then we lift the chord. 4, 3, which is thumb pointer. 31, back to the G. Same idea, but slightly different picking, right? Always subtle variations. Or have we seen this before? I don't even know. Picking 6, we're pinching 4 and 2. Remember, we got that third fret down on the B string. Then we got our first finger down. And you can do it actually right when you hold the chord. You probably want to get all 3 of them down. The 3, and then the first fret because it's a G7. So 6, pinch 4 and 2. Then we're doing 6, 1. Then my thumb goes to the third string. Then I'm doing the second. So 6, pinch 4 and 2. 6, 1, 3, 2. Last measure here, 32, he's just continuing that G7 idea, but he actually starts on the 4th string here, not the 6th. So it's 4th to the 1st, then the 3rd to the 2nd. So he's picking these high ones here. 4, 1, 3, 2, and that's thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. Then the measure ends, 6. Then he does the 1st string, but it's open, so he lifts his pointer finger there. And then the thumb's alone on the 3rd string there. So that whole measure is a little weird. 3, 4, lift it. One more time. 3, 4. A little bit of a tongue twister. Not that hard, but something weird about when to lift it and it not starting on the lowest string. Jaboom! You're pretty much there. So we finished the verse there. The verse repeats. We've got the intro again, and then a verse, verse again. So the whole format is like intro, verse, verse, intro, verse, verse. Then he starts the intro, and look at how it ends. We're at measure 34. This is all the same. That's it. He's just cutting it short. There's nothing new. He's just ending on that pointer finger. And the song ends up weird, oddly abrupt, hardly an ending, strange song. For all you singers, let's put some of the lyrics in there at the start of the verse so you guys have the phrasing down and you can match it to the guitar. As always, the best way to get used to playing and singing is just strum it first. Blues keeps falling down on me. Then from there, you just do the thumb. Blues keeps falling down on me. And then you slowly add some of the other notes, and that's how you would build through it. And I'm going to assume you did some leg work, and we're just going to finger pick the whole thing real slow, but if it's too much, do what I just recommended. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Blues keeps falling down on me. Like rain upon a summer day. So practice that a bunch, then we'll do the next phrase, which starts here on 25, 2, 3, 4. No good reason to be living. Been looking high and low. Cool. So if that's still too difficult, again, strum it, do all that. But when you start picking it, like, be super meticulous. No good reason. And you can even circle which notes the syllables are coming on at. So, no good. So that's thumb and with my picking. No good reason. Reason. So the reason is the low E. Reason. Zun is the pointer finger. No good reason to. I think you get the idea. But man, to sing and play at the same time, it's not easy, and you might have to be that meticulous, going measure by measure as your brain and your hands and everything gets used to the process. But the more you do it, the more you're just going to be able to kind of do what I'm doing, where I can almost just jump into playing it right off the bat. Of course, there are some songs where I'll get tripped up. This one's not one of them. But yeah, the more you practice it, you're not going to have to do this for every song that you learn. Do it a few times, and then your brain will kind of just go, oh yeah, these things are independent. I can do this, and I know you can. Slow run of the intro. Are you guys ready? I know you are. We're going to get this. 2, 3, 4. Kind of tricky. I need to work on it too. That is the idea. Take it nice and slow. Slow run of the verse. Don't worry about putting Towns' flub in there. You can if you want to, but it just confuses me to hit the wrong string there. So for measure 17, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. chorus would repeat, and all that would repeat. And I don't even think I have to do the ending. I think you guys got it. If that was too quick, slow down, right? You got your YouTube wheel, the gear, bring it down. If you go to the, whatever, you know how to do it, I think. Playback speed, but not only playback speed, because 0.75 might be too slow. Go to the custom button once you do playback speed. And you can drop it, I think, by tenths, maybe even smaller units, like 0.95, 0.9. And that might be a better speed, and you can play along with me at the exact speed that's best for you. You did it. Hug it out. So proud of you. So proud of you.